Hi, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Joanna Nelson, and I'm with the New Mexico Economic Development Department. And today you have tuned in for a special session that we are highlighting because we wanted to put focus on financing opportunities for businesses and nonprofits in New Mexico. And today we are focusing on the Southwestern region of the state. And thanks for your patience and your flexibility because we are broadcasting this virtually. We wish we could do this in person, but today we'll have to do. So thanks for everyone for tuning in. I do want to point out that the purpose of this is to get an overview of these various programs and organizations so you can follow up with them after the presentation. So we are recording this and we will put this up on our YouTube channel. We'll put this up on our Facebook page. We also will send out this presentation. A number of the organizations have provided several slides with website information and contact information, so you will be able to access that after the presentation. We'll get that out today. So each presenter is going to do a really brief spiel of about 2 minutes. So this will be kind of a rapid fire event. So I did want to provide some information about the New Mexico Economic Development Department and make sure that you're aware of the opportunities that we have at the state level before we begin. I'm not going to go into all of these programs, but you can see that we have a variety of opportunities for businesses. And you can see, I'm just going to go over these: the Job Training Incentive Program, the LEDA program. I think JTIP and LEDA have many people know about these, so you'll be able to click links on these and follow up with them. And then our various divisions. So you can see Outdoor Rec, Film, New Mexico Border Authority, Spaceport, Main Street, Office of International Trade, Office of Science and Technology. You can connect with these various divisions and find resources and opportunities. And I do want to highlight that we do have a COVID-19 response page, so you can go to this link and you can find some of our information about various COVID-19 relief. And then I did want to put special emphasis on our collateral assistance program and make sure everyone is aware of this. This is our ability to offer help with collateral shortfalls. So if there is a business and they're trying to get a loan, they have a deficiency, they have a shortfall in collateral, we are able to purchase a CD that will sit in a bank and act as collateral. So this program could be a really great way to look at some opportunities for you if you're trying to get a commercial loan. So an example of how this program would work is, let's say a restaurant is trying to buy a $100,000 piece of equipment, and especially now what we're seeing, lenders are trying to kind of hedge their bets and not willing to take a lot of risk right now. Maybe they only recognize 75% of that piece of equipment, so they're looking for some extra security. So we could come in and purchase a CD for $25,000, and that CD will just sit there in the bank. And if the loan defaults, then the bank takes our CD. And so it could help the bank to lower their risk, so they would be more apt to make the loan. We do put a special preference on the program for underserved markets. So what that means is we place an extra weight on projects that are located in rural areas. They are, the business owners are women, minority, veteran, or tribal. And we also do place a special focus on industries that are within the governor's 9 targeted industries that you can see here listed on the screen. And we can support projects up to $250,000 or up to 50% of the principal. So please get in contact with us if you have any questions about this program. I did want to mention some of the upcoming events that are happening within EDD. We are trying to do webinars pretty frequently to get information out about financing opportunities. So two upcoming webinars you can see on the screen. We have a mini series for business owners of color. That'll be happening on the 11th, and they'll be going over business resources. And then the SBA will be doing a webinar with us on the 10th to go over their surety bond program. And we have an upcoming funded meeting. And then we'll also be doing a webinar on import-export overview and some resources available in January. So please keep an eye open for that, and you'll be able to come up with those. And a way to stay connected with our department is you can use this link at the top and sign up for our weekly newsletter. This is something that has been born, I guess, during the COVID-19 pandemic, because we wanted a way to get financing opportunities out to business owners. And so every week we're putting out a newsletter that goes over not only COVID-19 programs, but goes over community development resources, business development resources, news updates, and also webinars and events that are going on around the state that can help businesses and nonprofits. So if you're not getting those, please sign up for that. You can see our website, gonm.biz. Our YouTube channel is listed here, so you can see all of our previous webinars that go over numerous topics. And here I've got some key contacts for you at the department. Myself is included, Mark Roper, Division Director, and then Juan Torres, Finance Team Leader, is on here as well. So please reach out if we can get you. And then I did want to mention that we do have regional reps that represent our department throughout the state, and putting special focus on Region 5, Luis Marquez, who represents the department down in the neck of the woods, and as well as Susan Russell in Region 6. So Louise and Susie, do you want to take a moment and introduce yourselves? Louise, do you want to go ahead?
Sure. Okay. For those of you I haven't met yet, I'm looking forward to meeting you. I represent the southwest region of the state, Region 5, on the map before you, which is Catherine, Doña Ana, Grant, Hidalgo, Luna, Sierra, and Socorro counties. I should be your point of contact to initiate a conversation. If I don't know, if I don't have an answer to what you're asking, I can absolutely make the connection, as can Susie, as can the rest of us. So please do not hesitate ever to reach out to us. The page you see before you is actually on our gonm.biz website. So you have all of our contact information. Please reach out to us. Looking forward to it. Thank you.
And hello, this is Susie Russell. Like Louise, I'm the regional rep. Although I'm in the southeastern quadrant of the state, I also cover Otero County, so I'm part of this event today. And I as well am available for anyone when you're ready to work on a project or just have a question, please give me a call. Thanks again for joining us today. Back to you, Joanna.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Louise. Thanks, Susie. They're a wonderful resource, so please reach out to them if you haven't already. So without further ado, let's go ahead and kick it off, and we'll get into our presentations from our great partners around the state. We did get your questions when you registered, and feel free to type questions as they come up in the questions box, and we'll do our best to address those. A lot of the questions were similar. So I did want to throw out these questions. And so whenever the organizations are presenting, feel free to address them if they're relevant to your services and your program. One of the questions that came up from folks was, what opportunities are there for lodging facilities or tourist-related businesses that have been negatively impacted from COVID? Another question was, what opportunities are out there for financing for nonprofits? We had a question around hemp businesses, if financing is available for hemp products. And then the big question that's on everybody's mind right now is what grant programs are out there for small businesses. So I know our different partners are going to touch on these. So feel free to do so as you go. So let's get started. And first up, we have Mercedes Chavez from SBA.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the Small Business Administration, I am Mercedes Chavez. I am the Outreach and Marketing Specialist for the New Mexico District Office. The New Mexico District Office and the SBA was created, well, the SBA was created in 1953. We are a federal agency dedicated to helping small business owners and entrepreneurs pursue their American dream. The SBA is a cabinet level federal agency fully dedicated to small businesses. We, the SBA, are the nation's only go-to resource, and we are also the voice for small businesses. We provide more than just capital. We provide counseling through our resource partners. We also provide contracting expertise. Next slide, please. We have so the way we determine, or the way small business is defined, is it's generally defined as an independent business having fewer than 500 employees. There are 31.7 million small businesses in the U.S. today. 81%, or 25.7 million small businesses, have no employees, and 9%, or 6 million, have paid employees. There's also 20,139 large businesses today. Next slide, please. So some of our loan products consist of our SNA loan. This loan can be used for almost any purpose, including equipment, inventory, working capital, real estate, or purchasing a small business. Then we have our micro loan program. This is great for those who are starting a business, growing a business, or trying to repair their credit. These loans start at $500 and they go up to $50,000. Plus they have business counseling as well. Then we have our 504 Certified Development Company Loan Program. And this is more of a competitive fixed rate mortgage financing to purchase heavy equipment, land, real estate for a business. And it's also for those who do not qualify for traditional financing. Then we have our disaster loans, and right now we currently have the EIDL loan, the Economic Injury Disaster Loan, and these loans provide low interest disaster loans for business or homeowners who are trying to recover from declared disasters. Next slide, please. We also have what is called funding for private investors, and these loans facilitate the flow of long-term capital for to American small businesses. The SBA partners with the SBIC's small business investment companies to invest in qualifying small businesses with guaranteed capital and private funds. Then we have funding programs for research and development, as well as funding to make you more competitive. The SBIR and the STTR programs provide more than $2.5 billion annually in early stage capital through and then they have more than 4,000 new awards, and all these awards can be seen on their website. It's sbir.gov. There's lots of funding on their opportunities, and there's also helpful programs, tutorials
Mercedes,
that are also beneficial.
Mercedes,
next slide, please.
Mercedes, your audio is breaking up.
So I want to just share a couple of events SBA will be taking part in. We will be taking part in the Surety Bond Program overview that is being hosted by the Economic Development Center. We are going to take part in that. Josh Baca, he's our opportunity.
Mercedes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, your audio is real garbled.
Oh, okay.
So, and we're about at 2.
Can you hear me better now?
Yes, we're going to go ahead and move to the next presenter, if that's okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes. All right, thank you so much.
Johanna, can you hear me?
Yes. Okay, I think we're having audio issues, so
I
we're
hear
going
you,
to
I don't.
move on. Thank you so much. All right, and thank you everyone for your patience. This is definitely an experiment having so many presenters. So again, thank you for everyone tuning in, and thank you so much for the presenters. So here's all the contact information. Okay, next up we have John Brooks from NMFA.
Good afternoon, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well and staying safe during this time. I would like to talk about the New Mexico Finance Authority and some of the things that we're doing, and hopefully it gives you some insight about the agency itself. Next slide. The New Mexico Finance Authority, one of the things that we are strive to do, and what our mission is to do, is to advance New Mexico by financing and impactful projects and well-planned projects. And so what you'll get from the Finance Authority is a staff that is dedicated to New Mexicans, that are dedicated to help financing throughout the state, whether it be public financing, water financing, or private financing. And some of the things that we do at the Finance Authority involves business financing and specifically economic development projects. The project that you see before you on this slide is a sort of a representative of the past to the future, or to the present. And this particular project is the Old Memorial Hospital. And that project was created in 1993, and I mean 1919. I can't talk. 1913, and now today, as of 2020, is the project has now been renovated to Hotel Park Central. Some of the projects that we have or programs that we have at the Finance Authority are the Primary Care Capital Fund, the Behavioral Health Capital Fund, the Smart Money Loan Participation, the New Market Tax Credits, and the Small Loan Pool program through the New Market Tax Credits. These programs are all designed to do a couple things. If you go to the next slide. They're all designed to help out with different industries. So we can help out with office space, retail office space, some mixed use, entertainment, grocery store, hotel, nonprofits, industrial space, manufacturing, operating business, healthcare, and healthcare is both behavioral healthcare and primary care and hospitals, and renewable energy types of projects. So basically what I'm saying is the Finance Authority, through all these programs that we offer, can help various assorted projects that may be brought before the Finance Authority. In terms of the different types of projects, and in terms of what we're looking to do, our projects are designed to help the economy through blight removal, job creation, expansion of employees, and expansion of the businesses, and also be able to help the communities to grow. On this particular slide that you see before you is a slide that a lot of people are familiar with, or some of the things that we are doing right now to help out the state in terms of the recovery. There are two loans that we have, or two programs that we have in the recovery: the Small Business CARES grants and also the recovery loans. Starting with the Small Business CARES relief grants, it provides up to $50,000 for nonprofit and for-profit with 100 employees or less. You can get more information about this program at www.nmfinance.com. We are accepting applications for this grant program from December 7th till noon on December 18th. These are grants, and we have $100 million available to give to businesses that qualify for these particular grants. In addition to the grant money, we still do have loan monies through the Small Business Recovery Loan Fund, which provides about a low interest loan for nonprofit and for-profit businesses with a revenue of $5 million or less, and have experienced financial hardship due to the pandemic. Again, you could go to our website to get more information about these programs. Both of these programs are funded through the state. Again, the grant program for $100 million and the loan program for $400 million. So with that, I stand for questions or and could provide any information on any of these programs. Thanks.
Great. Thank you so much, John. And thanks for all NMFA is doing. So here's John's contact, and want to highlight again that information about the grant program that I know a lot of people have questions on. That can be found on their website, and the contact for that is, if I'm not mistaken, is CARES, C-A-R-E-S, CARES at nmfa.net, I think. We'll put that in the chat too. But thank you so much, John.
Yeah, that is the correct email address.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, next up we have Jeffrey Silva from BBVA. Jeffrey?
And Joanna, could you do me a favor? Can you just forward the screens every 10 seconds? Because I'm going to go through this. Sure.
All right, will do.
Okay. Well, hey, it's nice to meet everybody. Thank you for letting me participate in this. BBVA is really kind of committed to the environment and to the area that we serve. And I'll talk a little bit about that at the end. But we are a full service bank. We offer anything from wires to treasury management services. So anything that your business needs, we cover it. So we kind of have a no nonsense, accounts, meaning we have 3 different business accounts. Anything from a business that just wants to do electronic banking with no fees, we have that, as well as some larger accounts that maybe they offer treasury management services that they need that. We can do that as well, including business accounts that will offer interest. And there again, all these business accounts, we can do that, even custom make some of these accounts for some things that maybe you'd like. But the one account that I would like to talk about real fast is the BBVA for Your Cause. We're committed, like I said, to the area that we're in. And if you have a nonprofit, we can set this up. We will give you a kind of a bonus just for signing up for us. But it goes a little bit farther yet. If you get somebody to sign up in the name of your organization, we will give you a bonus for everybody that you are signing up for us. Plus, every time they use their debit card, you will get that percentage of bonus for them using their debit card. So we also have a wide range of business loans, from 2019 to 2020. I know it's been a lot of changes. However, 2020, we continue to be as busy as we were in 2019. The popular loans that a lot of our businesses are using are a lot of the equipment finance loans. We have equipment finance loans that are between $100,000 and $1 million. And what's unique about this is that they could take down a piece of equipment on this 12-month acting as a line of credit and be a 5-year term note of at least $10,000 in equipment, and that's kind of neat. We're also very busy with revolving lines of credits and convenience line credits, which is asking for very little financial information and basically a signature. So of course they have to credit qualify and revenues need to make sense. What I really, really like is that we have a big presence in our business from Albuquerque all the way down south. So my area is covering from Ruidoso to the western part of El Paso to Santa Teresa. So we're also offering green sustainability loans where we're giving discounts on the closing costs. And as I mentioned, we're an SBA preferred lender. One of the things I will say here at the end is that we're looking to partner up with a number of agencies because the bank itself wants to try to help out in business expansion, affordable housing, and they're looking to partner up with different organizations to do that. So that's all I have, and I appreciate the time.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Jeffrey.
You bet.
And next up, we have Georgianne McConnell from RCAC.
Yes,
Georgianne?
hello. Good afternoon, everybody. Very happy to be here as well. I'll just jump right in. So Rural Community Assistance Corporation, more easily known as RCAC. We envision vibrant, healthy, and enduring rural communities throughout the West. We are a nonprofit. We were founded in 1978. We provide training, technical and financial resources, and advocacy so rural communities can achieve their goals. Some of the information that we provide or assistance that we help with in the communities is environmental infrastructure, affordable housing development, economic and leadership development, community development finance, and small business loans. So our services are available to communities with populations of fewer than 50,000. We serve other nonprofit groups, small municipal and nonprofit water systems, wastewater systems, tribal organizations, farm workers, small businesses, and more. I am the loan officer for the Southwest region, so I do cover the entire state of New Mexico as well as others. This has my phone number and my email. Our technical assistance, if you want to request assistance for that, on our website there is a link that you can request assistance, or you can email Carol Cohen, and her email address is there as well. As you go through your projects, if you have questions that you just want to run by me, feel free to give me a call or send me an email. I'm happy to chat with anyone about their projects. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Georgianne. And perfect, under 2 minutes. All right.
Yes.
With time to spare. Okay. All right. Next up, we have Cruz Montoya from Enchantment Land CDC. Cruz?
Hi. Thank you for having me on. The SBA person, I'm sorry, what was her name?
Mercedes.
Okay, well, yes,
Chavez.
I'm sorry, Mercedes. Yes, Mercedes mentioned, some types of the SBA loans that we work on. Actually, Enchantment Land CDC stands for Certified Development Company. We administer an SBA 504 loan program for the SBA, where we lend to those businesses that are trying to expand or construct their new building. We grow your business. We also work with startups as well. Okay, but it's got 2 minutes. SBA is kind of boring, okay? So for 2 minutes, I don't want to bore you with going all of this stuff. I'm sure you're going to get a quick, a presentation on this so that you can review. So we mainly deal with brick and mortar. So, a structure that you can think of is that we partner up with lenders and the SBA, and then the borrower comes in with as little as 10%, as the little pie chart shows there. So it's a 50-40-10 split. That is the split that most lenders are familiar with. You come in, or the lender does 50%, the SBA CDC does, we finance up to 40% of the loan. The borrower comes in with as little as 10% down. It's a fixed interest rate, fixed for 25 years. Right now, our November rate, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was at 2.57 for 25 years. And you would have that rate for at least
I think we lost you, Cruz. We can't hear any audio. Cruz. Okay, all right, we're gonna go ahead and move on. Next up, and here is, let's see, Cruz Montoya, here's her contact information, phone number, and we'll get you an email too. So the next up, we have Ms. Lupe Mars and Maris. And Lupe, we had a question from Suzanne come in. She's asking is there any information on CDFI? So perfect timing that you're up. And just want to remind folks, if you have questions, type them into the questions box and we'll try to address those. So take it away, Lupe.
Thank you, Joanna, and good afternoon, everybody. My name is Lupe Mares. I'm the Vice President of the Southwest region for LiftFund. We are a nonprofit small business lending company. We are a CDFI. We're a community development financial institution. So we have a little more flexibility than most financial institutions do. And this afternoon, what I'd like to mention to you all is the New Mexico Disaster Relief Loan Program that we have in collaboration with the New Mexico Small Business Investment Corporation and the New Mexico Economic Development Department. And how that works is, of course, you would need to apply online, and our website is there at the bottom under liftfund.com, and you would click on the New Mexico Disaster Relief Fund loan program. And what it is you're subject to a credit review, but we do look very closely at the last 6 months of your credit report. We want to make sure that you have been on time paying your bills, your debt, and that you have no charge-offs, no tax liens, no collections. We look at that very closely. Loans range up to $50,000 at 3.75, and it's approved based on the need, location, planning, and eligibility, of course. And yes, lodging, tourism, nonprofits are eligible to apply, except for hemp. I'm sorry. The funds can be used for working capital, covering expenses of debt, and any kind of workforce needs. There is a 120-day deferral, so there won't be a payment for 120 days after you close on that loan. Eligibility, you may not be making more than $2 million. Again, like I mentioned before, good standing for at least the last 6 months prior to COVID-19. Loans are limited to businesses that are located and will reopen in the state of New Mexico. So we do cover the whole state of New Mexico. And you must demonstrate a loss of at least 15% of revenue in the period beginning March 1st. So we ask for bank statements. We may ask for a profit and loss statement. We ask for your tax return for 2019. If you don't have it, which I'm hoping that you do, we will look at your 2018. And so these are the types of documentations that we'll need. Again, if there's any questions, my information is at the bottom, my email address and my telephone number, as well as my colleague, Victor Zamora, who is in Las Cruces, based out of Las Cruces, and he's actually our boots on the ground in New Mexico. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. And Joanna, thank you so much.
Thank you, Lupe. Okay, next up we have Miss Dawn Esquivel. Dawn, are you on?
I am. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and thank you for your time today. United Business Bank is a recognized 5-star financial institution by the Bauer Financial. We are also an SBA preferred lender. We do have the products and services for the commercial lending. We have an express loan program that has a streamlined process that's up to $100,000. And the eligibility is determined mostly by the dollar amount and the FICO score being over 700. Our account analysis does have an earnings credit of 1%. And for the most part, I really work very hard, especially for my nonprofit clients, to negotiate rates so that they're not paying any money because they are nonprofit, and really their funds are better used in their communities. We do have cash management services. I have clients all over the state and the far corners. And even though I'm here in Albuquerque, I do have clients all the way down to Cruces, all the way up to Farmington, and close to El Paso. We have merchant services and the commercial credit card services. We do have a lot of community support. In the past 3 years, we've invested over $2 million. We have done over $10 million in loans for CRA purposes. We've had over $12,000 in donations, and that's not including what we do for fundraising just locally at the branch. Those are from the corporation. I myself, in the past 3 years, have had over 700 hours of financial literacy and participation on nonprofit boards. My employer is very focused on getting that financial education in New Mexico. I serve on Money Smart New Mexico and Jumpstart New Mexico and Life Roots. The first two are about financial literacy programs and getting the word out. In New Mexico, we have a lot of unbanked and underbanked because we have a lot of a population that is uneducated about their finances. As far as the PPP program, we did 90 PPP loans here in the state of New Mexico for $5.1 million. And corporate-wide, we did 1,400 loans for almost $145 million. You can go ahead and go to the next slide. Here is my contact information, and here are the locations we have. We have 18 locations in California, 11 in Colorado, 5 in New Mexico, and a couple in Washington. And I wanted to say, I don't know if Jeffrey Silva's on here still. I saw him. I haven't seen him in years, but we've known each other for a long time. And Shirley Hitson, hi. Money Smart New Mexico is still alive. Thanks, Joanna.
Thanks so much, Dawn. Okay, next up we have Bruce Ashburn from PNM.
Thank you very much for a couple of minutes to speak with you today. In the interest of time, there are 4 different ways that you can access funding from PNM. I'm going to touch on the first 2 that are on this screen lightly because these have been in place for quite some time. The PNM Resources Foundation, of course, concentrates mostly on 501c3 projects, including reducing homelessness, affordable housing, public safety, reducing carbon emissions, and employee grants. The second way that we fund the community is through corporate contributions, and that is going to be the way that we join the chambers and the different organizations and things that are available out there today. The third thing that I really want to bring to your attention, because it often gets overlooked, is the employee participation that is available through PNM. If one of our employees were to decide to contribute to an organization, PNM actually matches up to $1,000, 100% from those employees. Additionally, if an employee volunteers and serves with an organization for 25 hours and combines that with board service, they would actually be able to receive a $500 donation back to the organization that they're working in. So when you get an opportunity to put the different employees for PNM to work, don't pass it up. So the last thing that I really wanted to highlight, and the reason that I wanted to be part of this so much today, is a program that's currently in place. PNM has actually taken $2 million from earnings. And because we did that, helped New Mexico actually match that $2 million with $2 million from CARES Act funding to put together a fund to help any business, small business, any nonprofit, and any residential customer that is in arrears to be able to get some help to pay those costs. again, the idea is for you to access a website, www.pnm.com/help. And there's an application on there for that program. If you have any questions, feel free to call the 888 dial PNM number. That's 888-342-5766. I feel like a used car salesman here, but in any case, that's the number that you would use to call and access any questions would be answered. We're really excited about this, but the thing that's really important today is that if these funds are not used by the end of the year, by December 31st, because they're associated with CARES Act funding and other things, they could go away. So all of your help, call all your friends, heck, even call your enemies right now, but let them know about this program, okay? I really appreciate the opportunity to speak with you. Oh, I did not, by the way, include a contact sheet. So what I would like to do is just give you my contact information. I'm the community manager for Southern New Mexico, all of it. And that's 575-956-1474 is my phone number, or you can reach me at bruce.ashburn@pnm.com. I look forward to speaking with you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Bruce. I'm glad you joined today. If you could put your contact, you could go ahead and put it in the chat for everyone. Okay. And great information. We had a question come in from Wendy to all of the panelists and wanting to know if any lenders are still taking applications for the PPP. So if anyone wants to address that when they are presenting, go for it. Next up, we've got Dorian Rader from NMNMA Ventures. Dorian?
Hey everyone, my name is Dorian Rader. I'm managing partner of NMNMA Ventures, and we are a part of the New Mexico Catalyst Fund. And so we're a New Mexico focused venture capital firm that invests in early stage technology companies in our state. We fund companies in exchange for an equity position, and we work to advise the companies to help them grow. Additionally, in partnership with the New Mexico Angels, we host a variety of virtual events, including quarterly events where we connect entrepreneurs to investors to solve challenges that the company might be facing.
And Dorian, I'm not hearing any audio. I think you cut out. I don't know if anyone else is having that trouble. Dorian, do you want to try your audio? We're not hearing you. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and move on, but Dorian's website is right there on the screen, and we will pass out or send out Dorian's contact. And Wendy is saying many presenters are cutting in and out with audio. And so again, I just want to thank everyone for your patience. This is, we're doing the best we can. I wish we could do this in person. Maybe the next one will be in person. So I do want to go ahead and introduce Mr. Carlos Lucero from Western Bank. Carlos?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Carlos Lucero, and I'm here on behalf of Western Bank, and we've been proudly serving Southwest New Mexico and Southeast Arizona since 1907. Next slide, please. We are a locally owned community bank with 4 branch locations, 2 in New Mexico. Our main branch is located in Lordsburg, and we have a branch in Silver City, which we primarily serve Hidalgo County, Grant County, Luna County, and Catron County. And we also have 2 branches located in Arizona. Next slide, please. We are a full-service financial institution, and we offer many loan and deposit products. We do offer real estate loans, commercial and industrial loans, as well as SBA and agriculture-related loans. Our deposit products do include business checking and savings accounts, online and mobile banking, cash management, bill pay, mobile deposit capture, a lot of the technology features that big banks offer, but we do offer the small town service. Also on that last slide, I do have my contact information, and I'd like to thank you for joining us today. And if you have any questions about our products or services, or if you'd like any more information, just feel free to contact me. Thanks, and have a great day.
Thanks so much, Carlos. Okay, and Dorian, unfortunately, her audio cut out, but she's sending some of her notes. So I'll go ahead and post those in the chat. And again, just want to remind everyone, if you aren't hearing clearly, we are going to post this on YouTube. So hopefully that'll make up for it, and we'll send out the presentation. So you'll have all of these all the contacts for these programs. So I would like to introduce Patricia Navarrete.
Navarrete.
All right, Navarrete.
That's a hard last name. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm with USDA Rural Development. In rural development, we have 3 mission areas: community programs, housing, business and cooperative programs. In those mission areas, there's over 45 grants and loan programs. Today, I'm going to cover 3 guaranteed loan programs and also an energy grant program. Under 1RD, Business and Industry Guaranteed Loan Program, it's an 80% guarantee on any loan amount. The maximum loan amount is $25 million. Does have a 3% upfront fee and a 0.5% annual retention fee. We also have the Business and Industry CARES Act Guaranteed Loan Program. The deadline for applications on that program is the end of September of 2021 or until funds are expended. This guaranteed loan program is only for working capital. 90% guarantee on any loan amount. The maximum is $25 million. It has a 10-year term, but the business has to be in operation on February 15th of 2020. There's a 2% upfront fee and a 0.5% annual retention fee. Under the Rural Energy for America program, we call it the REAP program. We have both grant and loan guarantee programs. The grants are up to 25% of total eligible project costs for renewable energy systems and energy efficiency improvements. There is a grant deadline coming up, and it's at the end of March 31st. Under the grant program, the minimum grant amount under the renewal energy system is $2,500. The maximum is $500,000. The minimum under the grant amount under the energy efficiency improvement program is $1,500, and the maximum is $250,000. There's also a guaranteed loan program under the REAP program, 80% guarantee, 1% upfront fee, and a 0.25% annual retention fee. The maximum is $25 million. So one of the questions was asked, is there any financing programs for nonprofits? There is. I mentioned, excuse me, one of the mission areas is community programs. Community programs has an acting director right now, and that's Christine Grego. I'll go ahead and put her contact information in the chat room. They do have programs, both direct and guaranteed loan programs for nonprofits. The other question was any programs, hemp programs. Right now, we're in RD, we're waiting to receive guidance from the national office. They are looking at what the requirements will be under our different programs. So please get in touch with us, and we'll let you know what programs there's going to be under the hemp program. And then I did also want to mention that John Brooks mentioned the new markets tax credits. The new market tax credits can be used with our guaranteed loan program. Again, my contact number is on this slide, my phone number and my email address. please give me a call. If you have a project and you're not sure where it may fall in any of our programs, I'd be happy to discuss that with you and also get you to the right person. Thank you again.
Thank you so much. USDA is a fantastic partner, and you guys are doing a lot. Thank you. Okay, next up we have Priscilla Lucero.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to be with you this afternoon. I'm not going to go into a lot of what's on the slide because you can look at that at your leisure. But if you're not familiar with the Council of Governments, we are regional planning organizations, and there's 7 regions within the state. I cover the southwest corner. But most importantly, that I think I want to make you aware of is that because of the COVID impact, we have received economic recovery funds primarily to assist our local governments and I feel in nonprofits and businesses within our region to help foster opportunities. One of the unique things that we're doing as part of our economic recovery dollars is that we actually are under contract with a company by the name of Co-Starters, which is actually helping people start their own businesses. So people who might have laid off may have had the opportunity to want to start their own business, and at some point never had, and maybe this is their opportunity. So we're offering those commencement 9-week courses to be able to begin looking at their small business and what they want to do for themselves. And then also there's another piece to that program, and that is what we call Rebuild. And that's for those small businesses who are struggling through this COVID pandemic and trying to assist them to rebuild their business. And then an added piece to that is that we also believe that we need to begin with our youth in teaching them about what those opportunities are. So there's another piece of this program called Generate, which is really to help with youth entrepreneurship. So we do have an economic recovery specialist in our office. And also we have an economic development person that works specifically with all of these agencies mentioned today, like USDA, RCAC, Economic Development Department. And our goal is really to improve the quality of life in the communities. We can't do that without our partners, which are all on the call today. And so that's what our greatest asset is to be able to coordinate and connect the dots. And along with any kind of economic development or small business, you need to have the infrastructure to be able to accommodate and meet those needs. So if we can provide any assistance to you or share any information with you, please do not hesitate to contact me. I'd be happy to share our thoughts and our ideas. And I know my colleague, Joe McClintock, is going to be talking about his region, but just know that we are a resource to you. And there's 7 in the state. If you like at some point to see what the state map looks like for the regions, I'd be happy to share that with you as well. Thank you, Joanna.
Thank you so much. And thanks for all the work that you guys are doing down there. The Council of Governments is a fantastic partner and doing a lot. Okay, we did have a question come in, and this is in regard to credit scores. And the person asking said, what can be done? Are there organizations that can work with less than great credit scores? So if folks can address credit scores, if that's relevant to your organization, that would be great. And if I did not ask that question right, please feel free to type it again. So up next, we have Lawrence Chavez with Clearinghouse CDFI. Lawrence?
Great, thank you. And if you can just get the slides going every 20 seconds, that'll keep me on track. And I can't wait. I can't wait till we do this next year. In person is going to be great. In person instead of online. But my name is Lawrence Chavez. I'm with Clearinghouse CDFI. We specialize in commercial real estate transactions or commercial real estate loans. We don't do operating but all of our loans are commercial real estate. We do lend to nonprofits. I'm going to try and hit some of the questions. We do lend to nonprofits, and we do lodging facilities, and I'm going to highlight a couple of properties. And we also do something outside of our box new this year because of the pandemic is we're doing PPP loans. There was a question regarding PPP loans. They expired, so but we anticipate a new round of PPP loans soon, depending on Washington. But we anticipate a new round, so you'll have my contact info And as you see the news, if that goes out, you can reach out to me. This sheet, I'm not going to go over in too much detail, but we do lend on commercial real estate. And what I want to highlight is that we go up to 80% of the appraised value, 80% loan to value. Our loan amounts go up to 12 million and down to 250,000. The next slide is going to be a project. It's a lodging facility, the El Vado project in Albuquerque, New Mexico. This was an historic product, and it kind of gives you an idea of the type of loans we do. This was a site that the neighborhood and the city had tried to rehab for several years, and the neighborhood wanted to improve it and keep it. We provided the construction and permanent financing on this, and it turned into such a vibrant property that the next slide, next door to it, expanded similar to it, the Monterey Motel, and it's going to be the same type of project. And what it did is really transform the neighborhood from a boarded up facility to something that's vibrant. The final project I want to highlight is an affordable housing project we did in Las Cruces. This was a partnership with a MV Desert Hope, and it was a partnership with a private developer and the Mesilla Valley Housing Authority, and it's a rehab that's under construction right now, but it's an affordable housing project, and that kind of gives you the idea about the type of the traditional loans that we do. They're all commercial real estate related. And the credit score question, credit is a factor, but we don't look at we don't have score. That's not part of our model. We're more looking at the performance of the property. And the last slide is just my information. I went super fast, and there was a lot of information on that underwriting guideline. So if you have questions, feel free to reach out to me. And thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Lawrence. And just for clarification on that question that came in about credit score, confirming that it is what opportunities are out there for businesses that are looking for emergency funding with less than perfect credit score. So next up, we have the City of Las Cruces, a representative with the city, and that is Elizabeth Teeters. Elizabeth?
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Teeters, and I work for the City of Las Cruces Economic Development Department. I am the administrator of the business development section of the Economic Development Department, so I oversee all business development. I put a few of our partnerships on here, which I won't go over because they are speaking today, but I wanted to showcase, that we have strong partnerships within the Las Cruces area to better help businesses. The biggest thing I wanted to talk about today is that we do have a business retention expansion program, and we do business consultations. So we are really focused right now on assisting businesses with their needs, and then trying to find the resources that they need to for retention and expansion of their business. So what we do is we meet one-on-one. They can be by phone or virtual meeting, whatever it might be. And we sit and talk about your business, how everything's been going. Maybe this is COVID related, maybe it isn't. But as I said, we have great partners. And beyond LiftFund and Arrowhead Center, we work closely with the local SBDC. So we have a lot of options out there, and we really just want to help all the businesses get through this time. So I didn't include my contact information, so I am going to put it in the chat. If you are in the Las Cruces area, please, I'm going to put my cell phone number. Please feel free to call me, and we can set up a time to sit and talk about your business and see what we can do to help you. So that's really all I have. My name's Elizabeth Teeters, and thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Okay, next up we have Shirley Hitson from Washington Federal Bank. Shirley,
Yep.
Take it away.
Can you hear me fine?
We got you. Yep.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to join us today. Washington Federal is kind of a below the horizon bank. Not many people know who we are, and they're surprised to find out we're as large as we are. We basically have 240 branches in 8 states. We've got about 16 billion in assets, and we're founded in 1917. We actually are traded on NASDAQ. We're committed to New Mexico strongly. We have 27 branches all over the state, and we have about 200 employees. What we do is finance our neighbors. We like neighborhoods. We like relationships. We're a big bank that focuses on our communities. We do community banking. We do every big type of lending that you can imagine. Business lending, project lending, multifamily lending, non-owner occupied. We do not do him. I will mention that. That's it. That's going to take a while to develop with lenders. We do manufacturing, wholesale, equipment, working capital, hotels, motels. We do it all. What we've had lately are a lot of different activities to help our customers through the COVID situation, which has just been terrible on a lot of different companies. We did about 1,400 loans for $260 million in the PPP SBA loan fundings, and our average loan was $150,000, and that's in the state of New Mexico. We found so many people that had such needs that it was scary and kind of depressing, really. But we've been doing and providing a lot of support loans to our customers. The person talked about credit scores. Do we work with people who do not have or that have less than stellar credit scores? First of all, go in and look and see what your credit score is, because you can probably improve it just by paying attention to what it is. And there are places online that can tell you how to work it, how to clean it up, and they're free. Types of loans, we do everything that most banks do: receivable financing, equipment, inventory loans, WAFED loans. We do non-real estate loans and lines of credit. We do small unsecured lines of credit. But we like business loans. We like to understand your business and then put the money to it, is how I respond to it. Whatever your particular problem or issue is or project, we like to finance it and come up with the right financing tool. I've put also in my handout some treasury management issues of how to move money around, do it efficiently, and to keep your operating expenses down. That will be included in the handout. But aside from that, we're in the market. We're very busy this year, and we intend to stay busy. Thank you for your time. Give us a call if we can help you.
Thank you so much, Shirley. And keep the questions coming. I'm seeing them come through the questions box. One of them brings up a really good point, and I apologize for not bringing this up at the beginning, but it's always relevant. We always have quite a bit of questions around what financing opportunities are available for startups. So if that is relevant to you, please go ahead and mention that. And Shirley, we have a request. If you could put your contact information in the chat, that would be great. Yeah, we're getting some requests for your contact information. So next, oh, what's that,
That's
Shirley?
all right. I have it on the first page of the files, so that's all right. Okay. I'll add it.
Sure, and just want to remind folks that are just tuning in that we are sending this presentation out to everyone. You'll have all the links, all the contact, and we'll provide the recording as well. And thanks for hanging in there with us. We still have about 10 more presenters. All of this is really great information. We've got some fantastic partners here today. So thanks all for your time. So next up, we've got Century Bank and Gary Lutz. Gary?
Great. Thank you, Joanna. And thanks to you and the New Mexico Economic Development Department for putting this together. The first thing I've noticed is I'll never again do a presentation without running it by our marketing people, because I noticed here's the cover page without my name and my contact info. So shame on me. But I'm Gary Lutz, and I'm the EVP and Regional President for Northern New Mexico. Next slide, Joanna. Thanks. The focus on this page, and you'll all be able to read the narrative when the presentation gets to you, is that we are really proud to be a local New Mexico community bank. We've been here since 1887, chartered back then. And the reason we hope that makes a difference to our customers is the people that deal with our customers on a day-to-day basis, our local decision-making capabilities, and really the personal service that we make available, and whether that service is through one of our branches, 9 branches located throughout the state, or the really best-in-class technology. Our job is to out-local the nationals and out-national the locals. Next slide, please. Services to business, very sophisticated treasury management services online, through your phone, through your laptop, through your iPad. We serve all of New Mexico from a credit perspective, businesses of all sizes, working capital, SBA, real estate, equipment financing, and the equipment leasing, among other things. Next page. Our business service offering to consumers, kind of like a Big Mac. Don't tell our Whopper, or our friends at Burger King, rather, a Whopper, I said that. Don't tell our marketing people either. How you want it, where you want it, and when you want it. Whether it is online, in branches, or our 24/7 customer service group available. And then next is our Century Trust and Asset Management, and I'll wrap it up. Full service wealth planning, investment management, both for institutions, foundations, government entities, and individuals. And key thing here again, it's local people with capital markets, quality advice, and input available to our clients. And the last page is contact information for all of our markets. Joanna, I'll send you a revised copy of this, which includes our phone bank, phone number, as well as our website. And I thank all of you very much for the time today.
Thank you so much, Gary. All right, next up we have Sandia Area Credit Union and Kaltar. You want to take it away?
Yeah, absolutely. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. So I'm representing commercial services from Sandia Area Federal Credit Union. I'll start by a little overview. So Sandia Area has been serving the financial needs of its members since 1956. So we've been here for quite a while. We are not-for-profit financial co-op that's owned by its members, and we currently sit at about $850 million in assets, making us the 5th largest credit union in New Mexico, and we are federally insured by the NCUA. Okay, to become a member of Sandia Area, you have to be working, worshiping, doing business, or attending school in the city of Rio Rancho, Bernalillo County, Cibola County, Torrance County, Valencia County. We also welcome those who subscribe to the permaculture ethics and principles. And lastly, if you are an immediate family member of a Sandia Area member, then you may open an account and join our credit union. For commercial services, we offer a variety of deposit accounts, from checkings, money markets, CDs, savings accounts. We also have a commercial lending department with a special focus on commercial real estate and vehicles. One of the questions that came up was regarding financing hemp businesses. We are a hemp-friendly credit union. We do bank hemp businesses, and we also lend to hemp businesses. For land loans, we do 65% loan to value. For equipment, it all depends on the collateral, and it's case-by-case basis. A used equipment, you're looking at 50% loan to value. A new equipment, you're looking at 80% loan to value. So this is just a little bit of an overview. If you have any questions, you can definitely contact me. My name is Kautar El Alawi, and I'm the Commercial Services Officer, and my direct line is at the bottom there. And my VP of Commercial Lending, his name is Brian Griffith. That's his direct line. I forgot to put the email addresses, but they're pretty simple. First name dot last name at sandia.org. I'm trying to keep this within the 2 minutes that's allowed, but there is a lot to talk about. Oh yeah, there was a question regarding credit score. One thing we look at that's more important than the credit score when underwriting is the DSCR, the debt service coverage ratio. 1.25 and above. That, you know, that's a more important figure for us than the credit score alone. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Kautar, and thanks for being great partners. Sandia Area Federal Credit Union has participated in already a couple of webinars, so we always appreciate your time. Next up, we've got Joe McClintock from the South Central Council of Governments. Joe?
Hi, Joanna, can you hear me?
We can.
Okay, perfect. Now, the South Central Council of Governments was awarded a grant to assist the South Central region, which is Socorro, Sierra, and Dona Ana counties, to advance organizational capacity to help businesses and agencies locate and apply for recovery funds. Now, if you're a small business that needs technical assistance in applying for all the funding we're seeing today, please contact a regional COG and we can guide you through the process. Now, so far, the type of assistance we've been helping small businesses with is turning paper documents into uploadable PDFs for all the online applications. But it could be any other kind of technical assistance, and it could come into your taxes or what have you. So just give your COG a call and we'll walk you through that process. Locating all the different funding sources, there's a ton here today, and there's actually a lot more out there. We have a lot more coming up. We can line up the different agencies for a timely process. And then we can also apply our existing workforce programs to small business, and that can help with your training and employment needs. So I advise you to call us and take advantage of that. Now, if you're a local agency, the Council of Governments can assist in regional economic planning. We provide localized data on many complex aspects of this pandemic, so we can adapt and respond in a comprehensive way. If something like this were to happen again in the future, we would really need to know what to do differently. And this needs to be a coordinated plan, and this plan needs to be shared by everyone. So please keep the COG in mind if you're doing any kind of a recovery planning, regional planning, or economic planning, because we can bring something to the table, and that is in the form of data. So I promise to stay within my 90 seconds. So my contact information is on this screen. If you need anything at all, please contact us, the South Central Council of Governments. Priscilla had mentioned that she handles the Southwestern region. But if you were to call me from her region or vice versa, Priscilla and I, we see each other several times a week, and we'll get it all worked out. So, so thank you folks at Economic Development for inviting us, and thank you again.
Thank you so much, Joe. And likewise, thank you for all the work that you guys are doing down there. Okay, next up, we've got Citizens Bank, and we have Dina Cruz. And just want to remind everyone, we've got a few more presenters. Stay on and engaged because they are providing some really excellent information. Okay, Dina. We were having trouble with Dina's audio a little bit earlier. We're not hearing you, Dina. Let me just check really quickly. Dina, we see that you're on by phone, Dina. Just not getting any audio. So we might have to move on. We'll give you 1 second. You can send us a chat. So I'm going to go ahead and go through her slides, but this is
Can you hear me, Joanna?
Oh, perfect timing.
There
Yep.
I am.
Okay,
Yeah,
we got
okay.
you.
If you don't mind putting on the next slide, and it has the contact information. I'm Dina Cruz with Citizens Bank of Las Cruces. I'm a vice president. Citizens Bank has been involved with small business lending since 1970. We are an independently owned community bank. We're proud of that. We've got 7 full-service branches that serve Doña Ana County, Sierra County, and El Paso County. Our main office is in Las Cruces. We do offer a wide array of commercial loans and deposit products. Specifically, things that we work with are lines of credit, equipment financing, owner-occupied real estate, interim construction loans for both individuals and businesses or builders. We are an SBA preferred lender, so we are involved with the 7A, the 504. We were also very active with the PPP loan program. As was mentioned earlier, right now there is no funding for PPP loans, so we are not accepting applications. But we processed 950 PPP loans in Las Cruces, and we did over $78 million, in which impacted about 12,000 local jobs in this area. We're very proud of that. We do have a Facebook presence and an Instagram presence, and on this page you'll see what our webpage is, which is www.citizenslc.com, and you can go to that webpage, see all of our business lending and deposit products, and also individual officers' contact information is located on the webpage. I wanted to comment a little bit about the credit issues, FICOs, that some of the listeners have questioned. A website that I have found very useful for people who are struggling with their FICOs is www.annualcreditreport.com. If you go to that webpage, you're able to dispute anything that is derogatory, and you're able to have direct communication, which is really valuable in helping you clear up your FICO issues. Because unfortunately, the FICO scores are very important in the lending process. I don't think I had anything else to add. If you go back to the previous slide, it talks a little bit about those programs that I mentioned to you guys, but they're located on our webpage. And I'm very happy to be a part of this. Thank you, Joanna, and the Economic Development Department for hosting an event like this. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Tina. We have a question that has come up, and it's in regard to a topic that we have heard a lot about and from businesses that started earlier in the year in 2020 and might not be hitting the parameters for some of the CARES funding programs that are out there and available. So if any of our panelists coming up, if you want to talk to any opportunities that you're aware of that would apply to businesses that might have started this year and are experiencing negative impacts from COVID. So next up, we have Capital CDC, and we have Mr. Jason Bingham. Jason?
Thank you. I'm Jason Bingham with Capital CDC. We're a multi-state certified development corporation that covers Texas and New Mexico. I am in the Lubbock office and currently assist with the state of New Mexico. Grew up there, graduated from high school, and even attended some college at New Mexico State, Las Cruces. So I love the state. As the previous presenter from a CDC mentioned, the 504 program is a co-lender program where SBA partners with the banks that small businesses are banking with to provide better quality leverage for fixed asset purchases by small businesses. Most of the time, this is real estate. We're generally talking about owner-occupied real estate, but sometimes we can also assist with just basic equipment purchases for large fixed asset type pieces of equipment. The bank is generally going to be in first position. We're going to be in second position, providing 30 to 40% behind the bank's 50%, and our loan is going to be fixed for 10, 20, or 25 years, and as was previously mentioned, those rates are really low. Currently is in the 2.4% range for the 504 loan. Other than that, I'll just we've given you our basic handout here. There's quite a bit of information about the program. Please look that over and give me a call if you have any questions. Thank you for moving to the next page. You can always reach me at 806-749-3600. I'll be happy to assist you with any 504 related needs. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jason. And we had a point brought up by Francisco, and he mentioned that WEST, the nonprofit entrepreneur organization, can help navigate issues with credit scores. And we do have a representative from WEST that is coming up. So stay tuned for that. And then we also had a question that is around where can folks find training on all of the various financial options and get some training on financial literacy. So we've got some good presenters that I think will be able to address that question. Juan Albert is up from the Loan Fund. Juan?
Yes. Yeah, good afternoon. You can hear me? Yeah.
Can.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the invitation. We are the Loan Fund. We are the oldest community lender in the state of New Mexico, created in 1989. We are a 501c3, and we're also a CDFI. I'm gonna address the question that I'm hearing mostly from some of the visitors regarding startups. We do work with startups. We do work with nonprofits. And I think one of the essential things we're providing, especially with these critical times with COVID, is a COVID disaster relief program. We have an interest rate at 3.75. So that's something that I think companies should look at. That it's a life jacket. If you need that assistance, that immediate assistance, that's something we can help you with. We're a nonprofit. I think one of the values that nonprofits provide is that our flexibility. Credit was an issue that I've heard is concern. Collateral was an issue. We don't look at these issues. We look at these issues case by case. So that's really important, that when we're talking with you, we're not going to look at this and say, no, you didn't meet these standards, but we're going to try to work with you as much as we can. I think I mentioned that we are hands-on. I represent Southern New Mexico. Our main office is in Albuquerque as well, but I do handle all of Southern New Mexico. Our loans tend to be from minimum $5,000 to $500,000. There was questions regarding the 504 loan. We also work with CDCs with 504 loans. And then the last thing I want to mention, I do speak Spanish. For those Spanish speakers, do let me know. But again, give us a call. I'm at 575-323-4413. My email is juan@loanfund.org. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Juan. And next up, we have Luis from DreamSpring.
Hi, everyone. How's it going? Joanna, are you able to hear me?
We can.
Okay, perfect. This is Luis. Like I mentioned, I'm a loan officer here at DreamSpring. I just wanted to get a little bit of background on what we do and what we stand for. So we're a local community development financial institution. So I kind of like to put it in the terms as we are sort of like your go-to person before you go to a traditional bank. So one thing that I like to mention now is that we definitely do it different than traditional banks and financial institutions. So if you go over to the next slide, one thing to note is that we really focus on being transformational, not transactional. As you notice, we've dispersed over 17,000 loans. We've created more than 25,000 jobs. And over our time, we've distributed over $210 million. So we definitely strive to be beacons for economic catalysts, especially in underserved communities, households that have low to moderate incomes. I just like to point out the credit score question. We definitely do have flexible credit requirements. It's been mentioned in the past, and so when we say flexible credit requirements, we definitely like to understand the picture behind the numbers. So we like to get to know the borrower, get to know the business. So we definitely have options for not only existing businesses, but startup businesses as well. So as for PPP, we do not have any word on a second round, but if there is a second round, we are definitely preparing for that. So in the event that someone is interested in a potential second round application, they could please contact me directly. So I'd like to just go over some of our products that we are offering. So if you go to the next slide, we do offer commercial real estate loans up to $2 million. We work with the SBA, and we have the Community Advantage loan up to $250,000. And we do traditional term loans anywhere from $20,000 to $250,000. And in the short future, we do have a line of credit coming soon. So I'll go ahead and leave it at that, Joanna. If you want to go ahead and go to the next slide, I have the contact information to the organization. So if there's any questions that would like to be addressed, you can give us a call or shoot us an email.
Thank you, Luis. For some reason, I don't have that. Maybe that was my error, but if you could put it in the chat, that would be great.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Joanna, and have a good day.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for all the work that DreamSpring is doing. Okay, next up, we've got Bank 34, David Matthews, and everyone stay tuned. We've still got a few more presenters. Thanks so much for your time. David, are you with us? I can see that you're on, but we cannot hear your audio. Let's see. In the meantime, you can look at his slide. Can you hear us, David? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move to the next slide, and I will send you a text, David, and we might come back to your slide. So next up, we've got Genevieve Mitchell with Mile High Ranch, LLC.
Hello, everyone. My name is Genevieve Mitchell. I live in Albuquerque, and this is a small private loan fund. It is for financing for established businesses, so we require 3 years of financials. We also do credit card consolidation loans. So if you are interested, I will tell you these are retirement funds. It's our give back to the community, so this is a person to person, eyeball to eyeball. Now we're doing it on Zoom, but we help people finance their business. My husband is a 25-year veteran CPA, so we do this work together. If you have a need and don't fit the criteria of all the other presenters, we're happy to talk to you. Thank you, Joanna.
Okay, thank you so much. And we are addressing David Matthews' audio. And let's see, I'm going to mute this. And now we've got West, Humberto Ihar.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, can you hear me okay?
We can.
Hey, excellent. Hi, thank you so much, Joanna, for the opportunity to speak to you all. This is West, for those of us who may not be as aware of what we are. We are a nonprofit organization that is home for entrepreneurs. We were founded 30 years ago by women for women, but we're able to serve everyone, men included. Nowadays, we offer consulting, training, and we also have access to a little bit of micro lending. If in the interest of time, if you don't mind going to the next slide. There we go. Thank you so much. So one of the things that makes it a little bit different is that because we're a nonprofit organization, we can offer more flexibility when it comes to credit score to address the question of credit. We are a little bit more flexible looking at either the credit score or the credit history or collateral. We can meet you at different levels. And thank you so much, Francisco. I believe mentioned that we also work with credit repair loans. So if your credit is less than stellar, we do have those opportunities to offer to repair that historic issue, if it may, and try to help you get on a better path. So we've got tons of flexibilities there. West is one of the 3 select micro lenders in New Mexico that can provide an SBA small business loan. And along with our lending program, what I think we're most excited about is that you get all the technical assistance behind it. So not only do you get support in the lending process, but you get knowledge into like how to form the financial analysis and what does it mean to your business, and looking at the feasibility of the project and doing all of that analysis. So we're not just going to be like, here's the quantity. Let's actually look at how it's going to affect your business and how it's going to affect your project and moving forward. So we'll give them all the options. We'll give you all the information, and then you can decide on a very, very well-educated basis as to what route to go. And I think our contact information is on the next slide, and that would be it for us. Thank you so much for the opportunity, John.
Thank you. Great information, and you guys are doing great work. We've gotten some questions about contact information, and specifically Bank 34 and Mile High Ranch. So if David or Genevieve could put your contact in the chat, that would be great. And I do want to remind everyone that we are sending out this presentation, so you'll have all of these contacts to follow up with. David, do you want to go ahead and try your audio and see if it's working now?
Yeah, I'm on my phone. Is that working?
Okay, we can hear you. So I'm going to go back to your slide here. So take it away.
Great, thanks. Yeah, Dave Matthews with Bank 34. We are a community bank. We are actually publicly traded. We're located in Alamogordo. We have an office in Alamogordo and Las Cruces, but we're also in Arizona. In fact, I live in Phoenix. We have 2 offices here, but I do get to New Mexico about a week a month. Even in this viral outbreak, we're being very careful, but able to travel over there occasionally on a work exemption. We operate in the $500,000 to $5 million range. We do like construction. We like wholesale distribution, manufacturing as well. We do tend to pay pretty good rates on our money markets. We're currently paying 50 basis points. I know 50 basis points is not a lot, but if you're looking at Bank of America, it's generally a little bit better than that. We do a lot of SBA. We are a general lender. We are not a preferred lender. That's been a policy of our board, but nevertheless, we do like the community bank environment. As I said, I enjoy getting to Cruces and Alamogordo, and my contact information should be there at the bottom of this screen, and appreciate the time today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, David. Okay, we're going to skip through these slides. And we have 2 more presenters. This is fantastic. We have gotten through with minimal technical difficulties. What a feat. So up we've got Dr. Kramer Winningham with Arrowhead Center. I hope I pronounced your last name right.
Yeah, you did. Thanks. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, we got you.
Awesome. Thanks for having me. So I'm a program director at Arrowhead Center. Arrowhead Center's NMSU's economic development arm. We've got a host of all kinds of different business resources and programs for different types of businesses and different locations. I think my main message would be to check out the Arrowhead Center website, sign up for the mailing list, and then you'll be aware of all the programs that are coming up. And then I've got quite a few slides, so we'll go through these pretty quickly to talk about some of the different programs and how you can get support from Arrowhead Center. We support economic development through entrepreneurship and innovation. You can go to the next slide. We've got student programs, we've got innovation programs, community-focused programs as well. You can go to the next slide. And you can see here we've got programs all over the state, so there's lots of opportunities to engage. I'll talk about some in this particular region. Next slide. K through 12 programs happen statewide. So for anybody with kids in K through 12, check those out. Those are an awesome opportunity. Go to the next slide. Studio G is a program I run. It's a student business accelerator. In 2019, we were ranked as one of the top 20 university business incubators in the world by UBI Global. This program is offered lots of locations. I think next slide I can show you where those are. In this region, we've got a Studio G site at NMSU, Diana Community College, Royal College of Osteopathic Medicine. I think this region covers Socorro too, so New Mexico Tech, and then also Western New Mexico. And this is a really easy way to get involved with Arrowhead Center. If you've taken classes at any of those schools in the last 5 years, just Google Studio G, NMSU, and you can sign up. Really outstanding resources here. Next slide. More than 800 active ventures in the program. Those ventures have done really well, hired more than 1,000 people in the last 5 years. So lots of good opportunities here. We've helped ventures win more than 344 different investments and grants, totaling more than $9.4 million. And that's the link there to join Studio G. Next slide. We also have a program, American Indian Business Enterprise Program, for any Native American-owned businesses. You're eligible for this program. This, again, is a great way to get involved with Arrowhead Center, and there's the link there. You can go to the next slide. And then for community programs, we've got a host of different programs that kind of match the needs of the local community, and they pop up at different times. So that's why I'd encourage you to sign up for the mailing list to see what's coming up. I put some links in the chat for our sprint programs. These happen around the state. And if you're in Las Cruces, there's the social media support program, like was mentioned earlier. I encourage you to do that. Some of these programs have been tailored to help businesses adapt to COVID and start selling online. So there's a lot of great resources for online selling, social media presence, that kind of thing. Next slide. These are a look at the different sprints. So they're for different industries: ag, health, general business, energy, those kind of things. So there's some great opportunities there. These teach best practices in entrepreneurship education, Lean Launchpad methodology from Stanford, and a lot of them have funding attached to them and follow-on funding opportunities. Next slide. This is a huge resource for if you could get involved with Arrowhead Center and access to the advisor network. We've got almost 50 different advisors that are available for virtual meetings in all kinds of different categories. So you got experienced entrepreneurs, marketers, accountants, lawyers, patent lawyers, engineers. And so this is a great resource because you run into a challenge with your business, and you can get answers from some great experts. So you can get access to that program through Studio G, American Indian Business Enterprise Program, or the sprint programs. Next slide. And this is another one that's good to check out. The SBRS TTR opportunities for innovative STEM businesses. If you've got some groundbreaking technology, there's lots of really great funding available from this program, the SBRS TTR. And the program we offer is called NMFast, and it's a program to help businesses win these SBRS TTR awards. So the link is there. You can Google NMFast Arrowhead Center. That'll come up as well. All right, next slide. And that's it. That's my contact info. If you don't know where to go, you can submit a contact form on the website. I encourage you to sign up for the mailing list, follow us on social media, and get in touch. Thank you.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Kramer. And as he mentioned, Arrowhead Center they're doing so much. I can barely keep up. And so that newsletter is a great way to stay informed with everything that they've got going on. There's always something. We had one more question come in, and it's a really good point that I want to address. The question is, what about information on minority/women microloans and/or grants? So I do want to point out that we have a mini series going on right now that is specifically for business owners of color. And the last session that was hosted addressed financial programs that are specific for minority-owned businesses. And so I will put that link to that session. We have one coming up this week that will address resources that is within that series. And I do want to put a plug for our collateral assistance program. This is our program that can help provide additional collateral, and we put a special focus on assisting businesses that are business owners of color in rural areas, veterans, women, and within the governor's 9 targeted industries. So we will be providing all of that information following the presentation. And then I do want to point out that Stacy Sacco from UNM, he was originally going to be a presenter and had some scheduling conflicts, but he did provide some fantastic links in the questions box. So hopefully you can access those. They're directories to connect with small business resources. So thanks for sending that, Stacy. And last but not least, we have our final panelists. You guys are amazing for hanging in there. As you can see, we've got a lot of great partners and resources all over the state and specifically in the Southwest region. So without further ado, I want to turn it over to Joanne Garay with the SBDC. So
thank you, Joanna.
Saving one of the best for last. So take it away.
That's right. That's right. So I am the director of the SBDC here in Las Cruces. Next slide. Just to give you a little bit of background, we are partially funded by the SBA. A lot of people confuse us thinking that we are the SBA. We are the SBDC, the Small Business Development Center. And our center, we are located in the Doña Ana Community College Workforce Center. Next slide. So our mission is to develop skilled entrepreneurs and strong businesses, and we have our lead center in Santa Fe. We are one of nearly 1,000 centers in the U.S., but here in New Mexico there are 18 centers, and we are accredited through the ASBDC. And our office here, we serve Doña Ana and Sierra counties, and I know my colleague Trish Livingston is on as one of the audience members, and she serves Otero County. Next slide. So part of the NMSBDC network, we also have PTAC, which they help with government contracting. We also have the Technical Commercialization Accelerator, and they help with with patents and trademarks and such. And then we also have the New Mexico IBA, which helps clients with import and export. And all of our services are confidential and they are at no cost. Next slide. So what we do is one of our key services, we offer consultations, and we assist existing and startup businesses with one-on-one consultations. A lot of people think that we just do startups, but we actually start, we grow, and then we help to sustain those businesses and get them all the way through. And we help clients who are then ready to retire or sell. So we go from the beginning to the inception all the way through the end. Next slide. So some of the areas of counseling, of course, I couldn't put everything on here, but we help with the business planning. We also help with financial projections and goal setting. And right now, this year, we've actually been focusing a lot of the COVID-19 business assistance on obtaining the grants and marketing and any way we can to help keep the businesses going through this really tough and challenging year. Next slide, please. And we also do workshops. And currently for this year, most of our workshops have been offered through our lead center, so our main site, which is at www.nmsbdc.org. If you go there, there's all of our centers, or some of our centers, are offering workshops, and anyone can attend. They are done via Zoom. And some of the classes that are offered are steps to start your business, cash flow management, and in doing business during and after COVID-19. There's also some workshops on cybersecurity as well, so for anyone who is interested. Next slide. We have resources available to our clients at no cost. We have information on demographics. We can provide industry reports where it would cost a client, $200 or $300. We can provide that for free. A lot of lenders like to see that because they like to kind of see what's going on within the industry.
what's new within those industry reports is they've added COVID, what's going on with COVID in that specific industry. So we can basically look up just about anything. We have also a new financial tool. So what was developed with that end, and our SBA resource partners also have access to this financial tool, is we can get your current information and we can see at what point, from 1 to 5 years, the business can be profitable, or what changes need to be made so that they can continue being profitable even during and after or post-COVID. Again, all of our services are for free, so if anyone wants to contact us, we can help them through that. Next slide, please. One of the things that we also do is we partner with a lot of partners within, that help businesses. And I just wanted to put this out there for our local businesses down here in the Las Cruces area. What we found, one of the challenges that we found with businesses is that they don't have an online presence, or if they do, they've had to just pivot how they make the sales. So our partners, we got together and came up with this new website called shopsouthernnewmexico.com. It is a free website for businesses where they could put their logo, and it'll link to their social media or their website. This was just a way that we can kind of get those consumers online, and hopefully, these businesses can make sales via the web. Next slide, please. And that is it. This is our contact information, myself, and then I have Marianne Quesada and Jennifer Theron. They are my business advisors. You can contact us at the 527-7676 number. We are working remotely, and we will be sure to return your calls, or you can just email us directly. And I hope I kept it under the 2 minutes.
Thank you so much. Excellent. Okay, that wraps up our Southwestern Business Finance Fair. And want to mention again, thank you so much for your patience as we navigate hosting our first finance fair virtually online. It was a lot more fun in Albuquerque at the Electric Playhouse and in Taos at the hotel. I think it was the Encantado, but next one, hopefully we'll do this in person. And so thank you again so much to our panelists, all of our organizations and lending partners that presented. Thank you for your time, for your information. Thank you so much for all the work that you're doing in our communities to get us through this tough time and come out even stronger. Thank you to all of our participants. Please take away that you are not alone during this time. There are plenty of people and organizations out there that are willing, ready to go to help you. So please reach out. We will send out the recording to this, and we will send out the presentation with all of the pertinent contacts. So thank you, and let us know how we can help, and hope to see you at one of the next events. Take care, everyone.